Hi, Ginger baby. What up, everybody? As you can see in our last video, we got the Mustang running. So now today, it's day one of track day prep. Today is Monday, the track day is on Friday, and hopefully we can bring that there. Worst case scenario, we bring the Hellcat, which Tokyo was kind enough to like surprise me with this the other day. I've been looking for one for a while. We found one and then the guy was pretty unresponsive, but apparently it's because Tokyo's sneaking behind my back and he bought it. So this is an air intake. We're going to install it on this, but we have to go get the race fuel from the other garage for the Mustang. So we're going to get some sound clips hopefully of what a stock air intake is, and then when we come back we'll install the air intake and then we can like sound clip over it and see the difference, because the intake's basically just about sound. So we're just gonna set this up here, pointed at me, and hopefully the audio on the GoPro can hear it. I'll do maybe one with the window down, one with the window up. We'll see some differences, and then I hope I capture it. Cause I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. If you're not from the 90s, you don't know what I'm singing. I find if I use the paddles and I just hold it in gear and hang the revs a bit higher, the sound's a bit higher. And the highest I can get the sound is like a partial throttle. So this is the highest I can get it inside the cab. That's about as loud as it gets inside the car. I'll roll down the window for the next one. So we've got our fuse fuel here for the Mustang. This is huge in like Western Canada for us. Those guys help out locally a ton, and like it's a good place to get ethanol if you want it, or the race gas, which is really good. And they help out the channel, so if you're on like the West Coast, fuse fuels. So it's their turbo here. This was on the Mustang to begin with, and that wastegate. This is gonna go to my buddy Cameron for his drift car. I'm not using it. He's out of a job right now because of the COVID situation and stuff, so whatever, we'll just put that on his drift car. And then this is the JLT intake. So that's gonna go on in replace of the stock air box. There is a K&N filter in here, so we're not gonna see much horsepower gain going from this to that. It's mainly just to open up the air filter so you can hear the sound of the supercharger. I think the ultimate goal here is if we can get the Mustang ready good and like street tuned enough that we can go to the track with it, would be to get Virginia and the Hellcat and me and the Mustang during the track day. What a shame, it's like brand new. We just put it in when we did the incognito. But it's dusty on this side, holy bejesus. Where all that dirt coming from? Look at it. Of course it starts raining on me. More than anything, it's just ruining my instructions, man. How am I supposed to do things without instructions? I'm a man. Wait, we don't need those. No wonder I screw everything up. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm getting a little wet, but so is your girlfriend if she's watching this. If I was smart, I would have moved this back a little tiny bit, and I would have drove this in forward underneath the roof, but I'm not smart, because now I can't even start it because the MAF's not hooked up. So it's all done, looking like a big whale penis. They give you this little clear shield to put over this vent here because it is open, so rain doesn't get onto the filter there. So you just won't get rain through your vent into the filter. It is kind of wet out, but we can still make this girl whine, I think. Let's try it. Oh yeah, just a little bit of throttle there. You can hear it a little bit more. When I get it on this main road, I'll hit it a little better. My girl likes to be hit right, I think. Not bad. It's actually not that much louder, I guess. It's a little bit louder. Maybe if I put the window down. Oh Oh yeah, you can definitely hear it more now. Oh yeah. All right, so I done messed up. I got the wrong wheel spacers for the rear. I had the right. I looked at everything but the bolt pattern when I bought them. So these are 5x5 instead of 5x4.5. Like the center board and everything worked perfect on a Mustang. It was made for a Jeep. So I gotta try and round up some of these things now, which is really unfortunate. Colby said he won't let me run the Hellcat unless we put the diff brace on it. So we gotta go get a diff brace from him, and then we can put that on the back, and then the Hellcat be good to go. And then we gotta find some wheel spacers for this thing. And then we gotta start like mocking up the exhaust and stuff so we can get it, so we can put the front bumper back on it. Always got a couple of them. Dealer hacks. What the? It changed colors. It used to be an orange demon, now it's a blue one. I ended up finding some wheel spacers. I stole them from Murphy. There's a whole bunch of different sizes here. We're gonna see what we can make work to make this wheel fit on. I may have to punch the studs out of some of these just to get them to work, but we'll jack this up, see what we can get to fit. You should be able to just put like a nut or something on there so you don't damage the threads. Hit it with a hammer. You might have to put it over something that has a hole in it. I do think I have two pieces. I think I have two. Oh my god, this garage is a mess right now. I have two pieces of plate I can put on the floor here. So I'll just put two pieces of plate on the floor there over the hole, and then I'll put the spacer over it and I'll hit that with a hammer, hopefully. That wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done, considering I can just use this thing to just press them out. Oh yeah, that works much easier. There they go, they fit on now. The only thing is I don't have rear adjustable coils. I do have this other set that are uncut, but they're too tall, and then the ones that are in there are cut. So I might just leave it. It's not bad. I just don't like having to, I don't know about you, but I don't like having to take like bumpers off and shit to get it on and off a trailer. I'd rather just like raise it up an inch and then not worry about scraping everywhere. While I'm waiting for the insurance company, because they got me on hold, they're like, okay, we'll just put you on hold. Anyways, I'm gonna start pulling off the exhaust so we can put the bumper on, then start redoing the exhaust so it goes back out the bumper. I want to redo the flange because that one's warped, and I also want to tilt it so it doesn't hit right here and comes out more of an angle this way. So I can't hear much because I have my earmuffs on, but we gotta cut this flange off right here and then figure out our angle for this and then cut that as well. So on the legs because I'm not wearing pants. But that's okay. The problem why our last one warped a little bit too much is that the pipe is actually a little bit ovaled on the turn and I didn't squish it enough. And then I was trying to fill a gap. So, whatever. Well damn, watch this. How am I supposed to weld like this? I have no adjustment knob. I don't... What could have happened there? Like I'm getting zero change when I'm changing the knob here. I managed to move it from 90 to 92. Maybe I unplug it and plug it back in. I don't know. What the hell? This is like my biggest piece of equipment that I need right now. What the hell? I don't know when it went to 101, but the only thing that's going to be our saving grace is that if I use the pedal down here, it can modulate. So this is max amps, but if I use half the pedal, I only get half the amps, which is what I'm going to need for this. So be nice if this... The hell? We still managed to weld it. I had to fill a little bit of a gap in the top, not as bad as last time. But I did have another clamp, so it didn't warp. So it doesn't look that stupid, but it's really hard to focus on welds with this camera. Do you have to be really close or really far? Or? So it looks like our knob is actually built into this little board right here. So we need this little board. So I should be able to get the part number off this and then maybe just replace this board. So I just had my buddy Justin come look at it. He said, yeah, it looks like it got really hot here and it's kind of shorted out its way across some stuff. He said he might be able to like just add a wire and jump to it or get a new potentiometer because this board is $300. There's like a 30-cent potentiometer in the front. But for now, I told him to leave it because we need to get our exhaust done, and right now at 100 amps, I can kind of work with it. And if I don't have a welder, I'm kind of screwed. So we'll use it for what it is now. If I need another welder, I got a couple buddies with welders, but it might be time to upgrade to something else. I was looking at some Everlast welders. I know the unobtainium guy in Calgary uses them, so maybe my tax return is welder hunting. So the exhaust is back on again. Comes at the bumper there. This has been going on for like 2 fucking hours now. The dude's still trying to wheelie all day. P.S. If you watch my videos, you fucking suck. Alright, next up we have to figure out some way to put a catch can in this setup because there's a port here and a port over there. We do have some -12 line and some -12 fittings, so I might put a 12 here, build a small can over there, and then maybe just put whatever size this line is in the thing as well, and hopefully that's enough. We do have this -12, oh my god, -12 can. I don't think I'm going to use it right now. If I need to, in a pinch, it'd probably be the fastest way to do this, but whatever. Typical me, I just started doing it, but I drilled out this whole thing. This fits in here. I also drilled a couple little holes on the other side too to help it get most airflow we can through this thing. And don't know if it's going to weld on 102 amps. We'll see. I'll give you the live commentary. I'll be like, shit! Talk about struggle bus. It's there, but it's barely there. Well, that was definitely, it was not enough amps. I had to like fill a big gap in here because I couldn't like get down to the bottom of the bung, but good thing these valve covers are cheap and bungs are cheap because I'll probably redo this once I get another welder that has more amps to it or fix mine. I have to get the valve cover on right away. I'm taking the car. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but today I'm gonna go bring it to Dodge. It's Canada Day. Fortunately, someone's there, and we're gonna get the car a wheel line. That way we can, it can go straight. Because right now, ooh, mosquito on my hand. Because right now, the wheel is like upside down, and both wheels are like pointing outwards. So we'll drive it over there. I'll hook up the laptop, and we'll get like some data while we're over there. Might as well make use of it. And then, but it is raining outside. I forgot to mention that it is raining outside. And then we'll get a wheel line, that way we can get it back and then thrash on it for Wednesday, Thursday, so we're gonna track Friday. And then we also have to put a diff brace on the Hellcat, but because Virginia's driving the Hellcat, it's gonna be her job to put the diff brace on. You wanna grab that gas can and a funnel just in case? Already in second. I'm really good at putting it in second by accident because first, second, there's no locking position. So you can fluidly move between first and second, but you have to grab the handle to grab third. So if I point it down, we're coming to a stop. That's first. It just moves into second. And you gotta grab grab the handle to get into third. It drives fine. You can tell the alignment's way off right now. Coolant temp 174, but it's raining out, so that probably helps cooling temps a lot. And then oil pressure is right around 60. Maybe our oil pressure sensor is reading wrong. Something's making a noise. I don't like that noise. Using the GoPro this time. Not on 4K though. Car's back in the garage. It's all aligned now. It drives perfectly straight, but I was driving it and I was like getting into a bit of throttle. I was like, why is this still like pinging? And then I realized I didn't have the learn table on the whole way back or there, so I didn't get any data from that at all. So now the learn table's on. We might take it for a ride after when it's not raining. For now, we're gonna start getting the last of the things that we need in here. We need a catch can and a coolant overflow for sure. We need our transbrake hooked up, and then maybe some random little bits of something else. Anyways, we got to do this, and then Virginia's actually going to put that rear brace on the Hellcat as well. She's just getting ready. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. And I parked this in here hot, and the radiator must have just like wafted it, all of it, in the air. And now she's hot in here. It's like between your mama's legs. It was hot like Virginia's pussy in here, so I took my hoodie off.
He's stripping.
Gotta mount this boost controller right here. So what you can do, if you really want, is you can pull off this charge piping. So this pipe right here, this bolt, and pull this out. So we can tap right here.
Okay.
With a fitting, an MPT fitting, and we'll get our boost reference line from here.
Okay. That would be better.
He's gonna take the piping off. There you are.
Yeah, I am. Can't find his proper socket, so here I am using a ratchet wrench.
So we can drill and tap the compressor housing to run to our boost controller, so we can run boost control lines. Oh, it's a closed off shirt. Rude. Deny everybody.
My titties are not out. You just leave this on the actual.
You know, typical day at my garage. Boys show up. He's on his phone. He's on his phone. She's on her phone. I'm doing all the work over here.
Excuse you?
I'm doing all the work. I'm doing all the work.
I asked you what you wanted and you didn't tell me.
Fizzy water! Everybody says it tastes like TV static.
It does.
Tastes like when your leg goes to sleep.
How do you taste that?
How do you taste TV
static?
So we need to make a coolant overflow now. I'm gonna take this pipe, I'm gonna cut it. Now I think we're gonna mount it like somewhere here with some P-clamps hopefully. And Virginia's gonna hole saw out some ends for these. The only thing is we only have a 2.5 inch hole saw, so we might have to weld to the inside edge. But just a quick coolant overflow, I hope. Okay, put your mouth on it. No! That's docking! You don't do that!
What do you mean?
That means you got a wiener and I got a wiener. And this end has the rib on it, so this is your wiener. What the heck? Nailed it.
Now I have metal shavings on my toes. That's not good, but.
So the saw actually left like a little tiny lip here. And the lip actually holds it up, so we could probably use the lip, tack weld it, and then weld it all the way around. And it'll just stay in place. We need one more of these though for the bottom side.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
We built the thing.
We built the thing. I only cut the things and then you...
Yeah, you cut all the
things.
pieces for me out and then I just welded them. So I don't know how big this is. It's just gonna fit right here. We'll get some P-clamps tomorrow and P-clamp into both those radiator bolts down there. Just it's just gonna sit like this. And essentially, the bottom hole here, that's gonna be connected to this. So we can push and suck from there into the bottom, and this will be like half full, and then if it fills up too much, it'll just push out this vent hole out the side somewhere. Right? It'll push and suck.
I'll push and suck you.
What the heck? Not the reaction I wanted. You're dirty.
You know I am. Get in, bitch. We're going probing.
We're just gonna make sure all systems are a go here.
Seatbelt. I am the GoPro.
Oh, we should probably close the door, huh?
Oh, that's
Trans
not
brake
good.
bolts. So this is our trans brake. We just have to ground it out for now.
Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have a seatbelt on. Don't put me through the windshield yet. Car go fast?
You want to click transfer learning to base. So, we're installing these little things to get rid of these, like super cool thing. Well, I'm not installing them, Colby's installing them. Today's the same day that he helped me do a wheel alignment, so he's helping me more with my car than he is his own.
Good thing mine's ready.
Good thing both of mine aren't.
You still gotta do diff brakes on the Hellcat, don't you?
Yeah. Virginia does.
How do you get this?
There you go.
I gotta go do
Oh,
That's money right there.
perfect.
And that's better than this stupid thing that was holding it.
Where's your hair elastic? You throw it back on.
I guess so it doesn't look dumb.
Exactly. That's good.
Yeah.
There's one more to do.
Yeah, on the other side.
Get in, loser, we going probing!
So this is another day of thrashing. It's gonna come down to the wire to get this ready because we're supposed to leave. The door's gonna slam. We're supposed to leave at like 3 o'clock today. It's like 10. And we still have some things to do. We have to figure out why it's boost cutting and why it's not opening the wastegates. We have some P-clamps to clamp our coolant reservoir, some fittings, and I got some oil and filter, do an oil change. So we got some thrashing to do. Dan's coming over with an air compressor. We're gonna diagnose why the wastegates aren't opening. I think I'm using too small inner diameter hose for 2 wastegates, but we'll see. Well, I definitely set up the MAC valve wrong because if I blow into this line right here, it's coming out that vent line. So, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to set this up now. All the photos I see are straight through with the filter on the end, so I would assume that you're blocking the airflow going straight through, but mine is definitely not wired that way. 3-port MAC valve. And then this one I found tells me compressor outlet through the middle one to the single port wastegate. So that's kind of what I was trying to do. So that's the way I gotta hook it up. We'll try that.
This thing on? Hi there. Welcome to our garage. You'll find that we like to eat muffins and drink Red Bulls and work on Mustangs and fast cars and boost things with turbos. Yep, there it is. There's the money shot right there. Yep, Kyle's gone to the registry, so I stole a camera. Did you know that this is gonna be my first time? We're going to the racetrack today. Well, we're going to Edmonton today. Racetrack is tomorrow. Oh, Kyle's here. I just ran away. I was just gonna say that I'm really nervous about running on the track. Wow, this lighting is shit. It's my first time, and I'm nervous. Don't tell Kyle, okay? I'm nervous, but it's gonna be fun.
But we totally didn't film any of it, but we just went out and it's holding 7 pounds of boost now instead of not holding any at all. So we can hook up our MAC valve and then adjust from 7 pounds up. But we're gonna leave it at that for the track. We'll make the first hit on 7 pounds or whatever. We'll figure out what it runs and then start messing with it from there. Move that way a little bit more. Virginia in her car. Hey, there you go.
What's up, bitch? You like my Hello Kitty?
Nice. I love it.
Okay.
Fancy? Look at that billet
I
piece.
thought you were gonna drop that.
Look at that billet piece. See what I did there?
No.
I called it your crotch billet.
Oh, I never noticed that.
So anyone who forgot, Virginia's actually a journeyman millwright, so she's more qualified to wrench on things than I am, technically.
It's been a long time since I wrenched on anything though, besides your dick.
Don't be wrenching. Dang, lady. Dang.
Where's this piece go? I already have the bolts out. That needs to be
This looks like it
focused.
fits up in the frame somewhere.
It says it's if you do not have threaded sections in your car's cross member.
Oh, are mine threaded?
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for. That's what showing me where it potentially would go.
My cross, like right here, are these threaded?
They don't really look like it, no.
Okay, then I think these fit up through these holes right here. And slide,
that's
slide into
what
place.
it
So
is.
you can,
And then use these probably, I think.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for the instructions that blew away!
The torque values were on the instructions and they blew away. Your paper was inside. It was over here. Do you need it?
I did a thing. I did that. Just saying.
All right, once again, this is me demonstrating things without testing them. Where are my keys? I got threw them away. So this is in first gear. It shouldn't start. Got that wired up. So I put it in neutral. Should start. And now that the key is turned forward, if I press this button, transbrake should turn on. Good boy. So, long story short, I went for a ride, blew a transmission cooler line, got stuck on the side of the road. Danny came and got me in the trailer. Got the transmission cooler line fixed, topped up, gonna go see if it works now, and then we can load it up and leave. I forgot to outro again, so I thought you just pulled up your shirt there for a second when you put your hair back.
I was flicking my hair.
Anyways, the car's in the trailer. Tokyo's gone with that. We're gonna take the Hellcat down, follow him down, and then it's me versus you tomorrow. We can't actually race because mine won't stage fast enough. So you would technically win if we raced. But
I always win.
for bragging rights, it's me versus you. So this has been a long 3 days. I barely had time to eat. She had to come out in the garage and feed me. But peace easy and get Devi. Race day tomorrow.
Bye.
Titties.